Hello and welcome, guys. This is Kay from Lunarlight Games, and thanks for dropping back in. Welcome to our channel. If you are new, make sure you guys hit that like and subscribe button. Help us keep growing our channel. Anyway, I hope you guys are getting ready for another fantastic session of Assassin's Creed 2. Give me a sec here while I get everything sorted out. I could have sworn we spent way more time playing this game. Is that timer right? No, never mind. I think that's just the time and not exactly the timer. So let me go ahead and get set up here. Okay. Things are looking good. What to do? Lorenzo. Before we start up Lorenzo's quest, there should be some sort of... Oh, where is it? Where's that glyph? Maybe it's up on the other side. Yeah, I remember there being some sort of glyph. Might not be here. Where the heck is it? Maybe it's on the other side. If it's too hard to look for, we'll save it for another time. Completing those glyphs doesn't really do much for the main story. It's more for the epilogue. You know what? We'll come back around to this. That was a total bust.
When I was 6 years old, I fell into the Arno. I soon found myself drifting down and into darkness. Certain my life was at an end. Instead, I woke to the sound of my mother weeping. At her side stood a stranger, soaking and smiling at me. My mother explained that he had saved me. And so began a long and prosperous relationship between two families. Yours and mine. I am sorry I could not save your father and brothers.
You have nothing to apologize for. I believe Jacopo de Pazzi played a part in their deaths. The attack on you as well. I need to find him.
That coward fled before we could arrest him.
Have you any leads?
No, they've hidden themselves well.
They?
Jacopo was not the only conspirator to escape.
If they work with Jacopo, they were surely involved in the plot against my family as well. Give me their names.
Antonio Maffei, Archbishop Francesco Salviati, Stefano da Bagnone, and Bernardo Baroncelli.
Bene. I will go and see my uncle. He has men stationed in the countryside.
Wait, before you go.
A codex page.
I took it from the files of Francesco de Pazzi, seeing as he clearly no longer needs it. I've always had an interest in things of antiquity, as did your father.
It is meaningful to me as well.
Then consider it a gift. Che il Signore ci protegga.
Jacopo de Pazzi, The money. This guy was the head of the Pazzi family, and he ran their banking business. An associate of Lorenzo de' Medici, he had nothing against him personally. So he hired 4 Templar hitmen to take care of the situation for him. Bernardo di Bandino Baroncelli. Brought up to hate the Medici family for the exile of his cousins, Baroncelli ran the numbers in the Pazzi Bank by day, and murdered for the Templars at night. It was Baroncelli who delivered the first blow. Stefano de Bagnone. Known for his cruelty, Bagnone was trained in Rome as a Templar butcher. It was Bagnone who stabbed Lorenzo de' Medici in the back. Antonio Maffei. Witness to the sacking of Volterra by Florentine mercenaries, Maffei blamed Lorenzo. He joined the Templars to seek revenge. It was Maffei who slashed Lorenzo's neck. Archbishop Francesco Salviati. Convinced he would be the next Archbishop of Florence, Salviati was enraged when Lorenzo stood in his way. But the Templars were there to heal his wounds. It was Salviati who marched their troops into the city.
And yes, we're going to assassinate every single one of them. We have a lot of work ahead of ourselves. Let's go clean up some things around town.
Medici on your map. In order to achieve 100% sync with Ezio's life, you should go exploring.
Yeah, let's go explore that too. We're not going to be able to beat the game without doing so. Better to do it now than to leave it for later. I love how most of those figures that were explained were all characters, or not just characters, but real historical figures. Now, where exactly are we going? We gotta do that Templar lair and this assassin tomb. Let's start by completing this one. Ah, right there. Apparently there are tons of secrets hidden around Florence. All created by the assassins.
Di Grazia, stay away from the artwork on the walls. And when your men paint the dome, take care not to disturb any of the sacred relics in the lanterna on top. They are the most important artifacts in our church.
Yes, yes, Padre. Just make sure to pay us the full sum for our work.
No one's gonna suspect us as we traipse around in the basilica. Alright, you saw the camera, right? It panned over here, so this is where we need to start at. By the way, this segment is entirely exploration. There is little to no combat, so sit back, relax, and let's explore. I think I need to... No, never mind, not that way. That's where it is. This place is like a huge jungle gym. It's a playground for our assassin to practice his techniques. I can't imagine anyone that will want to do this. There's a crap ton of danger. One small misstep, and suddenly you are gone for the ages. I think I'm supposed to jump.
Bene. Now I have a way back up in case I fall.
But yeah, in case you screw up, now there's a ladder. That's still not going to save you if you're going to fall from a huge height. But you know, just in case. The way forward is still over here. Take your time. There's no need to rush. Like that. Ah, come on. If you don't line up your camera angles, the character model's just gonna screw you over. It's important to understand where exactly your character is orientated towards. That way you don't make a misstep. That's kind of the reason why a lot of players complain about Assassin's Creed being so clunky. Yeah, clunky for the time it was released in. It doesn't really control like any adventure game you might expect. Like there's no jump button. I mean, sure it says jump, but you don't actually like jump as you reach the edge. You just hold down and then sprint and let the game do the jumping for you. Now once you master the systems, it becomes really rewarding. After that, it becomes merely a test of how well you can coordinate your jumps and runs. See that there? That's our goal. Now, how might you wonder, did people design this place? I have no idea either. But we'll roll with it. By the way, usually birds indicate a point of interest in this game. They also indicate places where you can do leaps of faith. Anybody ever watched the show Ninja Warrior? This feels oddly like that. I did not mean to do that. There we go. We just need to sidle all the way across. Or is that not how we're supposed to do it? Maybe if we go to the left side. There's no handhold on the right side that will enable us to reach up and across. No? What the heck? By the way, just because you drop down doesn't mean anything. Just keep holding the circle button and eventually you'll climb back up. Is this not the right way? We have to find out some way to get up there. Oh, never mind. I didn't realize you could jump that high. Must be nice. You know, the more real impressive thing to me is how can you jump and climb your way around when you have a hood on? How can you tell where you're going? Yeah, we can jump up here. I hope you guys like heights. This feels like a repeat. Didn't we already climb through this section? Apparently not. That's the next checkpoint. No idea. There are no guards here. Thanks for dropping in, Marius. Is it Wednesday or Thursday? Man, the arm strength on Ezio here. And the balls on him too. Would you would you be able to make that jump? I don't think I would. The one with Michael Fassbender? I have not. Been meaning to. It's been out for several years, but I can't remember if it was ever on any streaming service. Now, who's buried here? We're just gonna desecrate that tomb. The Seal of Iltani. I don't remember who that is. Oh, it's this one. Didn't she kill Cleopatra or something? No. But we're done here. If you've seen the Assassin's Creed movie, how would you rate it? Oh, hey, there's a feather at the very top. Seven out of 10. That's pretty high, all things considered. As far as I'm aware, the movie isn't exactly beloved. Well, this is fun. Nothing like camping out on the tallest building on the map. No one's ever gonna look here. You know, just for fun. Ah, come on, no. I thought I was gonna be able to hit that haystack. That's alright, though. This is only a simulation. We're in the Matrix. No one really got hurt. Or died. Well, never mind. If you're in the Matrix, if you die in the Matrix, you die in real life. Good thing this is our ancestor and not exactly our reality. That's good to hear, I think.
Next week's public mass with the Cardinal will have to be cancelled due
Play
to
any
a
great
small
games lately?
outbreak of plague. Pray for his recovery and the confinement of the Red Death to the small, unmovable...
Assassination targets. I feel like these missions kind of cheapen the experience of being an assassin. At least in Assassin's Creed 1, assassinations happen very rarely. A plot against Florence's supply line has been detected, ended by killing the merchant at the marketplace in the San Marco district. I think there's a reward for completing all these. You just get a cape that renders you immune to becoming notorious. It doesn't really help if enemies are onto you, but you can avoid becoming notorious. I mean, that's cool, I guess. You know, that's a game that I know very little of.
What are you doing here? There! You will dare! On him! Ah!
Too bad for you. You could have lived. Care to explain exactly what death must die is? And would it be a game that you would recommend? I think we can jump over here. Let's go over here and then we need to locate our contract. Where is he? Well, he's got to be around here somewhere. That guy, isn't it? He has to be gold. Where are all the gold-colored enemies? Another way to do this is just to go on the ground and run around until you find them. I think we might be forced to. I can't see anything up here. So it plays like God of War? The original God of Wars or God of War 2018?
Come and see what my little gallery has got.
There he is.
I will find something more to your liking next time, sir.
Well, he is otherwise not busy.
Stop him!
Get out of the way, get out of the way.
Isn't there a primo reward for his coglioni? There! Eccolo! Get him!
He's not gonna care.
What a madman.
We'll just dodge him over here and just hide out. I think we lost them. Alright, that's one assassination mission done. I don't think we exactly have to do all these. I mean, they're fine if we want to kill some time. Same thing goes for the racing missions. However, we do want to take care of the Templar lairs. So let's go over there and do that one.
Auru! Letting off a little steam.
Splendida notata, eh?
If there was a God of War game, I would say it was the best in the series. I'm kind of split between God of War 2 and God of War 3. Two is great for the fact that it is what made the series start to become very good. 3 simply because of its epic scale. Just gonna briefly pass over this. If you're interested in reading through this, pause the video. I mean, God of War 1 is still good and all, but it's surprisingly not as action-packed as you might think. There's only like 3 bosses in the entire game. Kind of funny when you consider the later games that really put an emphasis on boss fights. I mean, you had the Hydra battle at the very beginning. And then the Guardian of the Labyrinth. And then the Ares fight all the way at the end.
Signor Lorenzo!
Lorenzo's currently indisposed. Hey, you're the one who killed Francesco de Pazzi. Get him.
With pleasure.
Oh, you want to fight?
Pazienza. Just be ready to strike when the time is right.
You know what? Never mind. We'll use our sword.
Flank him. Finish him.
This game is missing the combo system from Brotherhood, which makes it not as fun when you're trying to do multi-kills. Combat's slightly slower in that regard. You gotta rely more on counter kills.
What's wrong? Ah, yes. You're still breathing.
Come on, slash at me, bro. I love using daggers. They felt so visceral in Assassin's Creed 1. Yeah, I agree. They learned a lot from God of War 1. It set the foundation, and then God of War 2 really ran with it. And then God of War 3 perfected it. Though, if I did have to choose a game that was the weakest of the series, it would probably be... It would definitely have to be... Which one? God of War Ascension. That's the weakest game, I think. It wasn't bad. It was just because they tried to change too much of it. And it didn't really keep on playing. Oh wait, I went the wrong way. Here we go. The Templar lairs are sort of different compared to the assassin lairs. You still have to fight and kill. I got one dagger, or one throwing knife. A moment of your time. Time that you'll never get back. Well, I got my throwing knives. Now, how do I get up here? There should be something that we can interact with. Nope. Never mind. Can't open the door. Oh, never mind. I forgot about this thing. That's how we'll get in. The only way to get in is by going backwards. You know, I had a friend once that actually went to Florence. She was in the Navy. And she had told me that the city was well represented inside the game. When she went there, it was almost nearly identical to the game.
I know I heard a noise down there. It's time to earn your florins. I want half of you to search the courtyard, the other half come with me to check the chapel.
Si, Capitano.
Then we check the secret passageways.
What about Lorenzo?
By now, Lorenzo is already dead.
She's not, I mean, he's not dead.
Remember we took out the Paisan France?
Oh, come on. Why can't I do this?
Pazienza, ragazzi, let's slip up. Be ready.
Come on.
Ora cover all the angles.
That window is so small.
Remember how we took out that Paisan
Yeah,
France?
you know what? Never mind.
Strike!
Let's just use our dagger here.
Pazienza, ragazzi, let's slip up. Be ready.
Oh, come on. The dagger has by far the biggest window to do counters. Plus it combos pretty well.
Cover all the angles.
Come on, I want you to do it. Or if you're 1v1ing, just grab them. If they don't counter it, it's an instant kill. Just something to remember. Remember, folks, it's never safe to leave the window open. I see birds, so we'll go this way. What up, buddy?
Damn! Cut him off!
If you like ancient history, well, not really ancient history, but I mean medieval history, I guess. It's worth a shot playing through some of the games. I mean, from an American point of view, I mean, they're not bad games. They're not exactly the type of action that you might think of, but I still think it's well worth your time. Oh crap. Stop rocking the boat. But then again, you probably live closer to the source, so don't really know how accurate or faithful this might be. But you know, if all else fails, if you don't like it, you can always blame it on the Canadians. Ubisoft is a, I think, French and French-Canadian company.
Lorenzo! Lorenzo! Porca vaca. Someone, find a way to get inside there.
You heard him? You two, get a ladder!
By the way, brutes can also be eliminated by counterattacks.
What are we doing with the lad?
It just depends on how good you are with counters.
Let's try it again.
I forgot. Heavy weapons are best for... They're best for disarming. If you don't like your current weapon, you can always pick up an old weapon. I guess we can't take this one. If you've never finished an Assassin's Creed game, I really recommend trying at least the ones based on the Italian Renaissance. These games, I feel, are some of the best ones. Yeah, funny that I've never played those games. I've only ever played through Assassin's Creed 1 through 3, including the Ezio collection. And some of the later spin-offs like Assassin's Creed Rogue and Liberation. But beyond that, I never even got to play... I never got into Unity or anything beyond that. It was around that time that I dropped off the series. I think the games that were eventually produced around Origins and onwards, they lost the spirit of what Assassin's Creed was really all about. Where did I come in from? Because I just came in from there. I came down from there. Oh, never mind, it's up there. How do I get up there? Yeah, thanks for the heads up. I mostly blame the loss of direction in the game series because of the fact that the original creators of Assassin's Creed left right around the end of Assassin's Creed 2. Or probably even earlier than that. Because if you go back and check out Assassin's Creed 1...
Get back!
Lower your sword. It's me.
Ezio. Again you saved me. First they enter my church, now my home.
I'll hunt them down. They won't come near you again.
Look around you. This is one of my treasure rooms. You're entitled to take anything you wish from it, in thanks for what you've done. I trust my apartments are safe now.
Yes, signore. Thank you for this most gracious gift. I must go, but I will come to you again when all the Pazzi are dead.
I will not forget what you've done for me. Buona fortuna.
Dude, why do you keep a a sarcophagus in here. I mean, I get the paintings, the vases, the pots, the gold, all the treasure, but why do you need this thing? I don't think Lorenzo has a fascination with dead bodies. Or does he? But yeah, as I was mentioning, if you go back and check out the original Assassin's Creed game, and then see where the path where 2 and 3 led towards, it's completely different. I mean, the bones of the gameplay is still there. But check out how different the writing is. The first game was rooted in all sorts of philosophy. A lot of it had to do with existentialism. And I just love the writing for it. Partially because I was always a huge philosophy nerd. But you hardly even get that in Assassin's Creed 2. I mean, some of it is in Assassin's Creed 3. To a lesser extent. And in a lot of ways, if you're someone who grew up with American history, it makes very little, well, I mean, it doesn't make very little sense, but it's probably not going to jive well with you to see the differing viewpoints. To an outsider, it might be more interesting. Especially once you realize that perhaps the founding fathers of the United States weren't exactly the best people. They were flawed people, to be sure. Well, once you get past the veneer, the facade, you get to learn that, you know, not everything is clearly black and white. And it's that kind of nuance that makes you think. We learned how do you want to say this? I think idealism. Because one of the things that you don't really get taught in American history is that you don't really get taught that, oh, how should I put this? What's one way to say it? Well, for sure, you get to learn that not everyone was on the same side. That just because you thought, yeah, same here. There are definite issues. I'm not a huge fan of everything. And it's always important to question what's going on. The people are nice. I've met folks from other countries as well. They generally like the people as well. But the government is something else, and I'm pretty sure that's universal. Politicians have their own sort of agendas. And when they line up with yours, then, I mean, great, but then when they go against you, it's always something or other. Gotta watch out for those brutes now. They tend to spawn in, and they're harder to kill. Well, once you realize you can disarm them, they become pretty easy to deal with. Oh, hey, there's a feather. We're not gonna listen to him. Dang it. Oh, by the way, we have some extra money that we need to pick up from the bank. To deal with these guards, just throw a throwing knife. Now, where are you? Thanks for taking the bait. And we got our knife back.
Healing services for all the gods' flock. Only the best of raiment here, friend.
Alright. Let's go find out where the others are. Never mind. There's a guy up there. Come here, buddy. See, one of the reasons why I criticize Assassin's Creed 2 for trivializing assassinations, it's because now suddenly you're asked to deal with everything. It pads out the gameplay too. That's something that they took in Assassin's Creed 3 and onwards and kind of ran with it. Actually, no, even earlier than that. I think maybe Brotherhood and Revelations did the same thing. They took some pretty benign missions and then just stretched them out. Just simply because they could. The devs, I mean. Because the overarching gameplay structure of Assassin's Creed 1 was mainly about setting up your targets. All the missions that you were trying to do in Assassin's Creed 1 were in support of that. You did your research, you went in and investigated, determined who you were supposed to find and kill, carry out the assassination, and run the hell away. And that was basically the entire story and gameplay structure of Assassin's Creed 1. You didn't have these extra side missions where you had to do random killings. You also didn't have any glyphs that you needed to research. I mean, you had these brief investigative sections where you were playing as Desmond. But beyond that, oh man, I probably should have read that. You know what, let me go ahead and cancel the mission. I didn't read that. By the way, if you find Borgia messengers, kill or tackle them. They'll give you tons of money in exchange for raising your notoriety level. I mean, there's an easy workaround. But yeah, these assassination contracts will extend over the life of Ezio's trilogy. A member of the Signoria was working with a Pazzi to turn the tide against our family. He is located near the Church of San Lorenzo, but kill him silently. He has powerful friends. I mean, you can choose not to kill them silently. It's not going to matter. I think that was also another one of the first game's strengths. Oh, crap. Because you were pretty much forced to learn how to assassinate and kill your targets quietly. Because if you didn't do it silently, there was a strong chance that you would not survive, or the game would just, well, you would fail the mission, of course. And so you'd then have to reset. Here, though, it doesn't matter what you do. You can use throwing knives to kill your target. You can use your sword, your dagger, anything you have available. I bet you if anything he's going to be inside. I mean, sure, they made the gameplay more accessible. I appreciate the devs for that. It's just, it made the game so generic. Where's our target? Oh, never mind. We gotta figure out some way to get in. I'm pretty sure there should be some sort of group around here.
Stay away.
Alright, alright. That target's right in between the two outposts. Let me see if I can charge through. Nope, never mind. Well, we got bopped on the head for that. Ezio most likely did not kill them that way. Well, shoot, we gotta do this all over again. I gotta find some group that we can hire so we can slip in past them.
Catch this assassin! Rid Firenze of his scum!
500 florins is not very much. You can always make that back later. Now, in order to do this successfully, remember, you can always throw down money. So let's do that.
Turn around. There is nothing here for you.
Where'd that come from?
No one's gonna care. There's too big of a crowd. And there you go. You never saw it coming. Here you go, distract them. Ah, come on.
What's with him?
Getting stuck on the little things now. But yeah, there you go. Well, if you can't beat them, pay them off. We still got a ton of assassination contracts to do. I wonder if it's worth spending the time to continue doing them. I mean, it doesn't really do much for us. We're still trying to do the story-related content. So, how should we proceed? I'm going to do one more of these assassination contracts and then we'll progress further with the story. Otherwise, we're going to get bogged down in all these side missions and, well, there's no point to us doing so. It's not like we're getting the platinum anyway.
What? There! Don't let them get away!
Oh, never mind. I thought you were going to take the money. We can't bribe them. Archers, unfortunately, will never not... Yeah, they'll never not chase after you. The guards on the ground couldn't care less.
That's a man. Not like Vigo.
You know, it's surprising that no one really cares that you're climbing around town like this. Even in 15th century Italy, I'm pretty sure people would be wondering why the hell you're jumping up and across buildings like this. A member of the Salvucci family who helped smuggle our enemies into Florence has been found near the covered market south of Santa Maria Novella. Kill him, but make sure you are not seen. What are you talking about? The last time we killed that guy, we were definitely seen. It didn't make us fail our mission, so that was nice, I suppose. Now, about our target. Looks to me that we need to deal with the market.
Salute, come state?
There he is. Well, if you go over here...
What's he got to hide?
Oops. I don't mean to do that. I hope this will work. Never mind. It didn't exactly work, but I'll take it. Oh, come on. Alright, since they want to deal with me... You don't ever want to deal with these rogues with the knife. Come on. You want to be a tough guy, huh? Oh, by the way, map shops. Pick up these maps if you want to collect all the treasures in Monteregione. I mean, they're pretty cheap. Let's just buy them. Oh, wait a minute. Never mind, those are not maps. Those are fast travel stations. How did I not know that? By the way, this place is still dangerous. Let's head back to Florence. And you guys have no idea how painful this used to be on PS3 when you were trying to load in between zones.
Ezio, thank God you're all right. This madness with the Medici and the Pazzi, is this why you pursued Francesco?
Not exactly.
Well, whatever your reasons, the city's safe again thanks to you. Now tell me, how may I be of service? Ah, another page. Aha, it's a similar cipher to the last one. This won't take long. Interesting. Indeed. I see. It's another blade design for delivering poison.
Can you build it?
See, it won't take very long. I just need to find a way to hollow out the blade without sacrificing the...
It's all right, Leonardo. Just do what you need to do.
All done. I filled your blade with a bit of poison to start with. Should you run out, just visit a doctor.
Poison? From a doctor?
In high enough doses, that which cures can kill.
I am in your debt once more, my friend.
Anytime, Ezio. Anytime.
Isn't that the truth? As if we needed more comparisons to Ghost of Tsushima. Now we have poison added to our arsenal. Now, don't expect me to try to explain this because somehow you're able to inject poison with a blade. I don't know. Makes very little sense to me. But it's very useful for some assassinations, which we'll be doing. For example, let me find this guy over here.
Stay back! Behind! Guard! Murderer!
Oh, come on.
I'm sure I have just what you need. Somewhere
Stay back!
You're better off just using a knife for this guy. Or, not a knife, but a throwing knife. There we go. Whoops. I think he was supposed to fall down dead. Kind of like that. That was dramatic. Well, let's move out of here. We still have a ton of assassination contracts to complete. This is really just a way of expanding on the fact that Ezio and Lorenzo supposedly have a lifelong friendship. Personally, though, I think the actor for Lorenzo was just too expensive, so they couldn't afford him. That's why you don't really see him anymore. Instead, we only communicate through these birds. Our enemies are trying to reorganize. They are planning a meeting somewhere in the city. Follow our only known lead until he brings you to the conspirators. Then kill him. Ah, come on. Ezio, you're damaging your armor. By the way, I haven't upgraded his armor in a while. Probably gonna have to do that. Gotta upgrade our armor and our weapons. Oh crap. Ezio, I know things hurt, so let's go ahead and heal up.
Why can't he walk?
Why can't he walk? Probably because Ezio broke his legs. And he's sniffing something. It's not like we're playing it's not like we're playing Ghost of Tsushima where Ezio can just beat his chest and say, I'm gonna be alright.
I only aim to heal.
Doctors, by the way, offer free healing. Or full healing. Not free. And if you ever need medicine, not to mention poisons.
Bit of rest and you should be well recovered, friend.
Poisons will prove their worth eventually.
I hate it when you brainless contadini act up like this.
Don't look at me. He got my way.
Get down!
There we go. Be quiet. This guy is going to be different than our usual assassinations. We have to follow this guy. Where is he going? No one knows. He's moving awfully fast. I wonder if there's a bug here because he's not supposed to be moving at light speed. Oh well. We'll just try the best we can. It's not like he's looking behind himself. Where are you going, buddy? Kill all the targets. Well, let's do that. Why are they not running away? No idea. Brutes are most easily killed simply by... Oh crap. There we go.
Can you believe we have to pay these idiots for protection? Huh.
Did we die? I think that was a success.
Does something ail you, friend?
We didn't die. No, that's not what happened.
Most impressive. Just to clear the guard.
All right. I'll just be moving.
All right, our armor is broken. Let me upgrade. We got plenty of money. I think we'll have enough. We shall pick up the chest guard, the spalders. Never mind, we won't have enough. Just barely.
Your coin seems genuine.
Look how cool this looks. So decorative. You know what? I need more money. Let's do another hit before we move on. We're so close to eliminating all those involved with the attack on Florence. Find and kill the conspirator near Santa Maria Novella, and make sure he doesn't spot you. I feel like we already did this one. Let's find the target then. One day I would love to visit Florence. Perhaps eat some delicious Italian food as well. Drink some of their finest wines. And just visit the Italian countryside.
loud up here. You belong down below with the rat.
Pizza or pasta? I think you probably have to go to Naples for a pizza. But generally, I like pasta more. Maybe some carbonara. Where is that target? It's not on this side. Oh, do they? My mistake. There he is. We have to kill him without being seen. Well, I'm pretty sure someone's gonna see us doing this. Yeah. No one saw us there. But yeah, generally I prefer pasta over pizza. I mean, it would probably depend on what kind of pizza, though. Oh, come on. An assassin should never stand and fight, but if he needs to... I'm tired of you guys picking on me. Come on. We should really be running, though. I just don't like them picking on us. Come on. The disarm window is so tough for the pole axes. These are actually some of the more tougher enemies. Oh, by the way, enemies can also counter you as well. Give me your stick. Now they want to run away. How about you, Marius? Which ones do you prefer? Pasta or pizza? Red wine or white wine?
Just let me go. I'm nobody. Not important.
And this dude, come here. Ah, come on, wrong one.
You're obviously quite the wit.
I didn't mean to tackle that guy.
Be vigilant. He must be the...
Your favorite is meat? I like meat to an extent too. Sometimes, though, sometimes I just like to eat vegetables. Especially if it's too heavy. But I grew up eating multiple types of things. Oh, you don't drink any alcohol? That's fair. I normally don't ever drink alcohol either. Not unless it's a special occasion. Perhaps a birthday, family event. Otherwise, outside of that, I don't even drink beer that much either. The German family that I used to hang out with really loved their beer, though. That's perfectly fair. Most of the time, yeah, like I said, family events, that will probably leave what?
Only the height of the smithy arts are available here.
I'll probably end up drinking alcohol probably a handful of times. Probably, yeah, between Christmas and my birthday and some other friends and family members' birthday. That's probably less than 10 times a year. Not a whole lot. Okay, did we have enough to buy this? No, not yet.
No offense, but I didn't think you had the money.
Yeah, to me it was almost pretty funny that they were trying to get me to drink as often as they could. I think maybe on the weekend. And it wouldn't be just my friend either, it'd also be her mom as well. This was like way back sometime in the mid 2010s. Long time ago. Then we only have like 2 more assassination contracts to deal with. They did tell me once of a type of beer they made in Germany that was made with bananas, and how they tried to find it in the States, but they couldn't find any place that would carry it. They lived in a place that was near to Bitburger. Or Bitburg. I think that's the place it was called. Because I remember them telling me it was close to the brewery they had near Bitburg. I don't know, or someplace that made it there. Granted, my memory is kind of hazy on this. It would have been 10 years ago. If I can just tackle this guy. Yeah, that's probably it. Never got to taste it, but I always heard good things about it. Oh, really? That's very interesting. I always had to hear it from them whenever they were talking about American beers, how it tastes watered down. Basically, anytime they had a chance to talk about it, they always made fun of American beer. A contingent of traitorous guards is planning to march on my palace. Kill them all before they trigger a riot. Yeah, I guess we're gonna have to trigger a riot. $5,000. Okay, that's way more than I was expecting. That is, frankly, a large number. I don't think you'll find very many competitors around here in the States. I think at most you'll have like up to 10 nationally recognized ones, and then a lot of regional ones that don't really get a lot of recognition. But to have 5,000, that's something else. At least where I'm at, you'll probably find more wines than beer makers. I mean, after all, California is known for a lot of winemaking. Now, how to trigger this riot? Oh, wait, hang on. Here's how we'll trigger the riot. Remember the poison? Well, if we walk on by, pop this guy with poison, this guy. We'll just keep poking random strangers. Well, guess what? They're just gonna hit people randomly. Meanwhile,
you won't throw away this time.
come on. Oh crap. Give me that. And this guy's just flailing, so we'll stab him. There we go. We kept the peace.
Dear Lord, another poor soul drifting off to St. Pietro. May you find...
That wasn't so bad, right? Now, shoot. The heck, how many of these do we have? I feel like I've been pushing these ever since we first got them. And we don't really care about the feathers, beat 'em ups, assassinations. It's probably best if we move on. I'll come back to these in the future if we ever have any time. Now, where are we? Right, over here. Let's go over here and go check out our next mission. Oops.
Bound to hurt himself. Bah, I can't be bothered to care for his body.
I'm only the highest quality. Guaranteed. My prices reflect the exquisite workmanship of my trade.
In terms of specialty foods around where I'm at, probably the best that you'll find is going to be the tacos, the various Mexican foods that we have available here. Because we do have a lot of individuals from parts of Mexico. They do their own side businesses here. Taco stands, trucks even. And they're pretty good. They have anything from pastor, carnitas, asada. They even have, what do you call them? I forgot what the name was. It's right on the tip of my tongue. The ones where you dunk them into the consomme. In Bali? Were they Mexican tacos? Because there's a big difference if they're tacos made by Mexican cooks. Oh, I see. They're very tasty. I feel anyway. Alright. We're back to the villa. There's actually something that we can explore here. Let's go do that before the next mission. Now, outside of the Latin food, you'll also get various Asian foods as well. Not just like maybe Chinese food or Japanese food. You also get a taste of the southeastern and southern Asian foods as well. Indian foods, for example. And there's like Laos and Vietnamese food as well. So if you like pho, some areas will also have like Korean barbecue. If you head around to the coast, maybe you'll find some good sushi. Alright, down in this crypt, we'll get some info about the Auditore family. Yeah, then you'll like KBBQ all right. I was raised in a small house by the Venetian lagoon, within sight of the rough foam-capped waves of the sea. When I was barely old enough to walk, I became a sailor, navigating the Atlantic first as an apprentice, and then while carrying cargo for my father's patron, Messer Marco Polo. It was a good life. So Ezio's family is connected to Marco Polo. How to move forward now. Right, I think I'm gonna have to do some advanced wall running or wall jumping. In order to do this, once you reach the pinnacle of your wall run, press X and you'll jump to the opposite side. As far as barbecue goes, California, I mean, it's not as great as like some other states like you'll see on television, like maybe Texas. Or even some other states like the Carolinas. But you'll still get access to like good cuts of meat around here. Let's see, one day while ashore in the harbor looking for work, I fell in love. She was barely 20, but when I looked into her eyes, the whole world was reflected back, clearer and brighter than the sun. After that, I still went to sea, but my heart remained on land with the girl who had become my wife and our young son. This individual was married. One afternoon that summer, Messer Polo called me into his study. My father was already there, beside an older man, dressed in a strange hooded cape, watching us. At that moment, everything about my life changed. My father told me that he was an assassin. Removing his ring, he showed me a strange marking on his finger, explaining that our family came from an ancient order that protected and defended mankind. He paused, and then, when I didn't speak, Messer Polo stepped forward. He told me that the stranger in the hood would teach me, and in return I would carry him across the Mediterranean to Spain. And so began my apprenticeship with Dante Alighieri, one that was to destroy every bit of happiness I would ever have. In case you don't know who Dante is, he's the writer of the Inferno. You know, Dante's Inferno? That one? Somehow they managed to string him into the game. I mean, they also put Marco Polo into the game. Apparently this is how Ezio's family started. I mean, we'll roll with that. This will require some fast work. We're on a timer. If you're not quick enough, the door will close. And then once you're through, just hit that lock and it'll keep the door open. In preparation for our voyage, Messer Alighieri met with me repeatedly. At first our meetings were about purchasing supplies, but soon they became about higher things. about life, love, honor, and justice. He taught me that society was set up in such a way as to control its members, to stop us from thinking, from seeing. Soon, I could look past all the laws and illusions. I understood that mankind was being used by its rulers, that we, the people, deserved freedom. It was then that Dante began showing me pages from a book that Messer Polo had brought back from the palace of the great Genghis Khan. The manuscript, the codex, was about our order, the assassins. This is also the same book that we're trying to complete. You know, the one whose codex pages has been on our radar. In order to get through this, we need to run, do whatever we can to get underneath. And once more. This one's slightly more tricky. Especially if you're not used to the camera angle changes. But as long as you're keeping aware of how you're supposed to run, it should be fine. I think I screwed up here. Yeah, I screwed up. I think I jumped in the wrong way. I was supposed to go over here. Let's try that again. Also, somehow Ezio is able to run freely without needing to worry about all this heavy clothing. I don't know about you, but a wet outfit like this would probably drag me down. I mean, look how long the robes are. Wait, hang on. Let me reset this. There we go. If you suddenly mess up, then definitely reset the timer. Otherwise, you just won't have enough time to make it through. There we go, jump over here. Never mind the treasure chest up there. It doesn't matter. Let's turn off that timer. If you want to go back and open up the chest, now's the time. Otherwise, our planned voyage never took place. While returning to Ravenna to pick up the remainder of his belongings, Dante died. Can't get any more anticlimactic than that. Well, dismayed at the loss of my mentor, I went to inform my father and Messer Polo of the sad news. Before I could even speak, I was ushered into the study, and my father, his face white, locked the door behind me. Shocked, I listened in silence as he spoke. Dante intended to take the Codex to Spain where it would be safe, but he was being watched. The enemy of the assassins, the Knights Templar, still existed. I recalled the stories he had told me of the Templars, and it all became clear. Dante had been murdered. The Templars knew about the Codex, and they knew about us. Shaking, my father told me to take the Codex and leave for Spain at once with my wife and child. As Messer Polo ushered me out the door, he handed me a small piece of paper with a number on it. With this number, I could draw on his credit more ducats than I had ever seen in my life, at any bank in Italy. Gee, I wonder what happened to them. This one is also tricky as well. Got to be very precise with your platforming. Hey, no, thank you for dropping by, Marius. I appreciate it very much. And I hope you have a great day. We set sail that night, the ship filled with cargo to sell in the markets at Barcelona. Or if you're speaking this with the Spanish accent, I think it's pronounced Bar. There's a lisp here. I think it's pretty funny though. In my part of the world, you pretty much speak Spanish with a Latin or even a Mexican accent, so you end up pronouncing this as Barcelona instead of Barcelona. Well, at first all was well. Then, to avoid a coming storm, we laid anchor in the Otranto harbor. Cloaked in darkness, the pirates came. I didn't see them until they were already boarding my ship. I hid with my family in the hold. Pulling out the codex, I ran the worn leather cover through my hands. Then I broke the spine. The pages slid silently onto the floor. I scattered them into the chests, boxes, and containers I was carrying to market. The men who found us were drunk. I could smell it on their breath. When they asked for the codex, I knew who had sent them. Holding back my rage, I said that I'd thrown it overboard. They started to laugh. Two held me down while still grinning, while the rest cut off my wife's clothes. She begged for mercy until her voice gave out. Once they were done, they threw her into the sea. They took my cargo and sunk my ship and left me adrift, clinging to a piece of railing. I made it to the beach with my son. My wife's body washed up on shore the next morning with the tide. That's pretty sad. He lost his wife, but he still had his son with him. The Auditore family is knee-deep in grief. There's a lot of horror here. Ah, come on. That's something I'm pretty sure that no one's ever going to be able to comprehend. The fact that you had ancestors that had their own struggles and how they had to survive, and how you're merely here just because they were able to make it through. Just think about that. Anyway. Almost done here. Sweet. Made it through. Now, what happened? I never saw the sea again. Making my way to Florence, I rented a small room and then visited the bank. Blech. I had memorized Polo's account number. With a vast sum I now had at my disposal, I went to Venice in disguise to find my father. I returned to Florence the next day. I didn't know Venice and Florence were so close together. Both Polo and my father were already dead. From that moment forward, I collected treatises on architecture, studied the classics, and took vocal lessons. I adopted the name Auditore, impersonating a noble at the Florentine court. That's interesting. It turns out the family name for Ezio isn't even their own name. They have the name because their ancestor ended up stealing the name. Anyways, accepted as one of their own, I took on the trappings of nobility and constructed this villa for me and my son. And then I hunted them. I raised my son to fight, to find the Codex, and to kill Templars. Together, we would regain the honor of my wife and avenge the death of my father. Two debts that could never be repaid. To the auditore that reads this, remember that you are not a nobleman. You are not one of the deceivers. You are one of the people. Avenge us. That is very cold. So that's why the family never made it to Spain. They're originally from Venice. And after all the trauma, Ezio's ancestor ended up staying in Florence and making a name for himself here. And that codex was never returned to Spain. Instead, that's why we have all those pages scattered around Italy. Very interesting. Quite sad, too. The family's name was built on revenge, not some noble assassin ideal. I'm guessing these are the tombs of the ancestor and his son. Well, before we exit, let me just pick up all the money. How sad. But that is how you'll be able to learn more about the family. Let's see, we do have a bit of spending cash. Let's try and upgrade the villa. Dang, there's no shortcut here. There's no shortcut anywhere. Yeah, that exit left us all the way back over here. We have to run to this section. And no, you can't just fast travel. You have to be at a fast travel station in order to fast travel. More modern games have done away with that requirement. You can fast travel whenever you need to wherever destination you want to go to. That's cool and all, but oh man, we gotta run all the way around. Imagine if you lived here in this time period, and if you wanted to get anywhere you had to walk. That's fun, right?
You want it? I have it! The latest Vogue artist from...
Treasure maps. Let's buy one for this area. Anything that's cheaper than 1,000, I'm gonna purchase.
A pleasure. Grazie for your business.
Has quite a few different accessories too. Things you make.
Pouches. These are very valuable. Funny how we already have enough for the large medicine pouch. I'm gonna go ahead and upgrade this one. That also eliminates the need for buying the medium one.
Addio then. I mentioned meet your friends, eh?
Did you mind?
Oh, you know what I should have done? I should have bought all our... Excuse me. I should have bought all of the equipment at this location because we get that discount. And I didn't take advantage of it.
Come and see me next to pass this way.
Let's go ahead and interact with a number of things and then we'll move on. Like, for example, give me my money.
Buongiorno. Salute, Sir Ezio. Shall we take a look at the list?
Why not? We need tons more money. Let's see, we got 5,000 to play with. I mean, we can make a brothel. Well, actually, you know what? Let's continue making the bank.
Buon viaggio.
That adds a ton of value to the village anyway, or the villa.
Salute, Claudia.
You here to look at the book?
As you can see, now we can get up to 2,000 florins per 20 minutes. This also increases our chest capacity up to 8,000. That's no wait. We had like 5,000 before, now we have access to 3,000 more.
presto, Ezio.
Claudia looks bored in the first game.
Ezio! Come in, come in. To what do we owe the honor?
If you have any extra pages, throw them up on the wall. I think we had like 7 and then we threw up like 11 pages. We still have 12 more pages to go. By the way, what is this over here? Oh, never mind, it's the sanctuary. You know what? Let's go down inside and drop these off. And then after that, we'll do the final mission for the night. We don't have that seal. This is the one. I think we have at least 2 seals. Now, which assassin was this again? Oh, she was the one that poisoned Alexander the Great. I had her confused with this one. By the way, since I just turned in a bunch more codex pages, let me go ahead and read through some more. Pretty sure we read through 2, 3, 4, and 5 were missing. We already went through that one. Attis, Dionysus, Horus, Krishna, Mithra, Jesus. Similar stories color their lives. Too similar, I think. Divine birthright, persecution, disciples, miraculous acts, resurrection. How is it possible? Well, perhaps it isn't. Merely a single story told over the ages, borrowed, then changed to fit the times. Evolving as our tools and language do. Is this tale born of fact or fiction? A bit of both? Could these figures be the same person, their life extended and transformed by a piece of Eden? Al-Mualim spoke of Jesus as a real person, a mortal who had mastered the arts of manipulation. Well, what if he was wrong? If these men are real and if they have walked amongst us many times before, does it mean they'll come again? Perhaps they are here now. So many questions, and every day even more. You know, funny thing enough, in Assassin's Creed 4 and onwards, they actually came up with a character that is exactly like this. He actually died and came back and got resurrected or reincarnated many, many times before. Granted, he wasn't exactly Jesus, but in Assassin's Creed 4, he is very something close to Pirate Jesus. Nothing biggie here. Just a chart of the stars and the planets and their alignments. The hidden blade has been a constant companion of ours over the years. Some would say it defines us, and they would not be entirely wrong. Many of our successes would not have been possible without it. Still, the device has begun to show its age, and so I've been researching improvements beyond ending the need to remove one's finger to wield it. One is the addition of a metal plate that can be used to deflect incoming blows. The other, assassins believe it is forged of a new metal and credit me with the discovery of the formulae included on this page. It is better that they not know the truth. I have also worked with Malik to describe new methods of assassination, from on high, from ledges, and from hiding places. Basic movements, but critical nonetheless. And also here you'll get the whole dual wielding Hidden Blades gameplay aspect. In the first game you only had one. And also another neat thing, you could not exactly assassinate enemies by jumping. That wouldn't happen until this game. I mean, you can fall down on enemies, but you can't exactly like jump onto them. At least I don't remember. Oh, by the way, the third and final improvement is the most simple. The provision of a second blade, identical in every way to the first. Should an assassin ever find himself tasked with dispatching two targets, he need only time his strike in such a way that he might reach both at the same time. These blades will be limited in number since the metals with which we forged them remain difficult to obtain. I will need to think carefully about who shall be allowed to carry two. That was also another funny reason for why we have two in this game. Just take a look at the title. Assassin's Creed 2. Therefore, it makes sense to have two blades. That was the reasoning I think that was given for why we get dual wielding hidden blades. I just thought it was funny. Here's a map of Cyprus. Eventually this will become important. Not right now. The apple is more than a catalog of that which predates us or precedes us. Within its twisting, sparking innards, I've caught glimpses of what will be. Such a thing should not be possible. Perhaps it isn't. Maybe it is simply a suggestion. How to know? How to be sure? I contemplate the consequences of these visions. Are they images of things to come, or simply the potential for what might be? Can we influence the outcome? Dare we try? And in so doing, do we merely ensure that which we've seen? I am torn, as always, between action and inaction, unclear as to which, if either, will make a difference. Am I even meant to make a difference? Still, I keep this journal. Is that not an attempt to change or perhaps guarantee what I have seen? So it sounds like this codex we're reading through isn't exactly like a log of historical events. It's supposed to be almost like a journal. Well, I mean, it exactly is a journal. Whoever's writing this is describing it as a journal. We'll read up to page 20. We are obligated to hide, to be silent, to shape the course of history in secret. But some of my brothers and sisters disagree. They grow angry, insisting it is a mistake to shroud ourselves. They say it slows our work, but they do not understand the risks. To expose ourselves now would be too dangerous. I fear we would be branded madmen and attacked. So it goes. So it always has. If there is one thing I know for certain, it is that men do not learn by being told. Instead, they must be shown. They must make the connections themselves. If I say unto a man, be kind, be tolerant, be of an open mind, these words will wither and die long before they've effective change. It would be a waste, and so we must maintain our course. Yeah, to hide and be silent. That's always been the assassin way, right? I have studied the ancient pagan faiths that came before this more recent obsession with a single divine creator. I think he's referring to Greek mythology. They seem to have focused more on the fundamental forces at play in the world around us and less on arbitrary moral rules. The sun rises in the morning and sets in the evening. The tides ebb and flow. Grass grows, withers, dies, and then in time emerges from the ground once more. The air turns warm, then cools and back again. Some hidden energy keeps us fitted to the ground and pulls us back when we attempt to leave it. Each of these movements was represented before by a god or goddess. Each force given face but recognized as something distinct and powerful, which is not to say there were not connections between these forces, a pantheon of individual spirits, of rules. Invisible hands guiding the progress of the world around us. And so here there was an attempt to categorize, study, explain, and understand the way things work. Even if it was flawed, but no more. Now we are asked to succumb to a far more simplified explanation. How naive to believe there might be a single answer to every question, every mystery, that there exists a lone divine light which rules over all. They say it is a light that brings truth and love. I say it is a light that blinds us and forces us to stumble about in ignorance. I long for the day when men will turn away from invisible monsters and once more embrace a more rational view of the world. But these new religions are so convenient, and promise such terrible punishment should one reject them. I worry that fear shall keep us stuck to what is surely the greatest lie ever told. Man, it seems like the writer is advocating for secularism, but at the same time he's just powerless to do anything to change it. Oh well. We'll continue reading the codex later, once we get more pages in. We skip 17 and 19, and 14. Gonna have to remember those for later. Alright, let's do the final mission of the night.
Ezio! Come in, come in! To what do we owe the honor?
I've been sent from Firenze by Il Magnifico to attend to some unfinished business. I'm looking for Jacopo de Pazzi.
Ha! Who isn't? We've been at it for days.
And perhaps what I carry will help us both. A list of his co-conspirators. One of them will talk before he dies.
Excellent. These men are sure to lack Jacopo's resources, which means they will be easier to find. I will put my scouts to it at once.
I appreciate the help, Uncle. I've got something else for you as well. More codex pages.
Ah, let's see what we can learn. What is this? What prophet?
What did you find, Uncle?
Just another damn mystery. The text here roughly translates to only the prophet may open it. There's reference to 2 pieces of Eden, but these pages offer no answers, Nipote. At least, not on their own. You must find more.
We'll have to save it for another day, Uncle. I have a mission to attend to.
As you wish. Now, if you hope to defeat these bastardi, I will need to teach you a few things. Meet me on the practice field.
Looks like we have more lessons to learn.
All right, Ezio. You're familiar with counterattacking, but what happens when your enemy is as well?
I don't usually give them the opportunity.
Tough talk offers little protection against Templar steel.
Then by all means, Maestro. Teach me what to do.
Now dodge.
Alright, dodging.
Bene, bene. Now do it again. Much better. One last time now.
The dodging window is pretty wide.
Let's see it another time.
To disable, all you have to do is be unarmed and then do a regular counter. The window on the disarm isn't as wide as you might think, so try to time it.
Just one more time, Ezio.
You should hit the disarm right before he hits you. Well, not like that. More like that.
Magnifico! Once again, you exceed my expectations.
Signore, we found Jacopo's men, and they wait your word to strike.
Relay the following. No man moves until they have spoken with Ezio. Intesi?
It will be done.
Go, Ezio. Visit with my mercenaries in the countryside. See if Jacopo's lackeys won't lead you to him, but be careful. They will be expecting you.
Yeah, we have learned the dodge and the disarm, but I think we could have done that before anyway. I think that's where we'll leave it for tonight. It's getting rather late. Next time when we return, we will start hunting down those who attacked Lorenzo. That will mean taking down all 5 conspirators. So if you're currently watching this on YouTube, please like the video. If you have any comments or questions, please leave them down below. Let me know what you guys think of our journey so far. I've been trying to keep the side missions down to a minimum. But as you may well know, a lot of that side content will unlock more money and collectibles for us. So I'd like to try to do some of it, but some of these side missions are just filler missions. They don't really contribute much outside of the collectibles, so if there isn't really much more to earn, we'll probably move on. We'll try our best. Share this video out wherever you guys can, and don't forget to leave a comment or question down below. Make sure to subscribe to our channel if you'd like to see more in the future. And if you've missed out on any of our previous play sessions, make sure to hit up our playlist. If you want to see some other games we've been playing, check out our channel. There are loads more games to see from us over there. If you are over on Twitter, follow us at twitter.com/LunarlightGames. Over there you'll find deals, discounts, as well as news stories about the gaming world, as well as odd giveaway we run from time to time. Check out the pinned post for more information, or hit up our hashtag LunarlightVault. If you'd like to help sponsor our channel, or if you'd like to sponsor our giveaways, you can do so by dropping a donation over at paypal.me/LunarlightGames. The link will be posted down below later. But if you don't have a tip for our tip jar, don't worry about it. You can still support our channel simply just by watching our videos, and also liking, sharing, subscribing. Follow us over at twitch.tv/LunarlightGames, and don't forget to hit the notification bell across all of our platforms to get updates as soon as they're made available, or to catch whenever we go live. But yeah, that is going to be all for Assassin's Creed 2 tonight. we will be back again later Wednesday. Well, it's already Wednesday, but it's midnight here. But yeah, we'll be back more with more games coming soon your way. For now, take care, and I hope you guys have a great day, great evening, great night, whenever, wherever you are. We will see you guys then.